Good morning, everybody. It's your boy D Mac. Let's talk. So, over these past few months, man, we've lost some great rap legends. And I want to say rest in peace to Biz Markie, one of the greatest to ever do it. Me and my best friend were inspired to write our first rap after listening to Biz Markie, The Vapors. So salute to you, OG. And that brings me into what I want to talk about this morning. Why are we losing so many of our rap legends so early? Why are these men dying at 50, 51 years old? You got DMX, you have Black Rob, you have Shock G, you have Biz Markie, you have Heavy D, Marky D, Gift of Gab. The list goes on and on, man, of our hip hop legends dying in their early 50s. So what is really going on? Because it don't seem like any other genre that it's happening at such a large number. So I want to try to figure out what is going on with our hip hop legends that has them leaving this world so early. Like I said, Biz Markie, he just passed, and he had stage 2 diabetes that he had been battling for over 10 years. Um, DMX, his battle with drugs and stuff like that. And ultimately, he ended up with a heart condition. Shock G was found in a hotel room, dead, drug overdose. Um, Heavy D, well, we know he was heavy all his life, man, and he was probably dealing with something on the lines of heart disease. Gift of Gab, he had kidney issues. Same thing with Black Rob. So what I'm beginning to see is a pattern of our black hip hop legends not taking care of themselves. Right now, we have Scarface, my favorite rapper of all times, man. He's about to get a kidney transplant from his son Chris. So salute to you, young man, for looking out for your father like that. But it's hard to sit here and look at all of our hip hop legends just pass away at such an early age, man. These guys laid the foundation for what is hip hop today. And how lucrative hip hop is and how it's taken over the whole entire world. It was because of these men that I just named. And to see them lose their lives and not really be around to watch what hip hop morphs into is kind of sad to me, man. So I just want to give a shout out to all of our hip hop legends who are still here, the Big Daddy Kanes and all of these guys like this. Um, take care of yourselves, brothers. Black men, period. We're dying at such a young age, man. Our life expectancy is about to drop again, especially with all of the deaths from the rappers and stuff like that. This is making the life expectancy of black men fall. And what makes it even worse is our poor diets. Our poor diets are taking us to the grave, man. Doctors sit there and tell you, hey, you need to eat better. You need to change up your lifestyle. And we don't want to do that because most of these rap legends are still trying to live that rap lifestyle. And we know that the rap lifestyle isn't particularly a healthy lifestyle. Okay. It requires a lot of partying, partying, uh, requires these men. Well, it don't require, but if you want to stay relevant and you want to stay cool, then you're going to do the things that are being done in the hip hop industry. And unfortunately, there's a whole lot of heavy drug use with some serious drugs in the hip hop industry. And these older guys who are trying to keep up with these young dudes, their heart can't take it. Their liver and they kidneys can't take it because first of all, you've already done all your partying through the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, whatever era you came out in. And most of these guys I'm referring to came out in the 80s. So if you think about cocaine and weed in the 80s, then you go into the 90s and you got cocaine and weed and lean, and then into the 2000s you got cocaine and weed and lean and perks and exos and Zans and all of these different things. Now, if you're a aging hip hop artist, you're OG in the game, and you know you're around these youngsters and they doing all of this stuff. Here you go, OG. You know, sometimes I ain't even gonna lie. Some of them don't want to seem like they're not cool. You know, because hip hop is the only genre where if you're older, you get ostracized, you get kicked to the curb, you get set on the shelf because of your age, because you're not able to connect with the youth, because the youth don't value what the OGs have to say. And I'm beginning to think, well, maybe because a lot of these OGs don't have time to talk to the youth because they're battling health issues. These guys are in and out of the hospital and they're losing their lives in their early 50s. So I wouldn't be so much concerned with reaching back, trying to talk to a youngster when I'm sitting here battling for my life. This is something that we have to look at, people, hip hop artists and fans alike. These men are out here dying. These black men are dying early because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses or trying to stay in this rap lifestyle that is very toxic and very unhealthy to our bodies physically. Because you look at the stress, you do all the traveling, don't get much sleep, you're in and out of clubs, doing promotions, you're up early and going to sleep late, doing these different parties and walkthroughs, and all of these things that we do in the hip hop industry. It takes a toll on that body. These young guys are complaining about it. The females are complaining about all of the work that goes into it. And we as fans don't see all of the strain and the stress that they go through as an artist. And these artists are getting older now. You got Red and Meth. Those are two of my favorites as well. These guys ain't young cats no more. You know, so running and jumping out in the crowd and all of that stuff, they're gonna have to recuperate for a couple days after doing that stuff. They're not young anymore. You know, and a lot of these guys get caught up. I don't want them to, man, because we need our OGs. We need our OG rappers to explain to these young guys what it was like in the beginning and where they are now, so that they can be thankful for what they have now. They can be thankful for the millions that they get because of the groundwork that was laid by the Big Daddy Kanes and the Cool G Raps and the Big Hurts and all of them guys like that. You know, and we see our OGs out here struggling, man. What are we gonna do, youngsters? Because they took care of us. They gave us something that we could take and build off of and support our families and make a living off of. They gave us this. So what are we gonna do for our OGs, young rappers? You know what I'm saying? Because this is how it was in my family. When you're born into your family, your parents take care of you. They raise you up. They give you everything and instill in you the things that you need to go on to become a success. Now, when those parents get too old to work and they're in their elderly stages, because we always go back to childhood. We're born, we're a child, and we bald, and we don't have no teeth, and we barely can walk around. And as we age and get ready to go back to the grave, we go back to that same state of being. We lose our teeth, lose our hair, we can barely walk around. We're back to being a baby. So who's going to take care of the elders whenever they start to go back to that age? It was on the children that they raised, the ones that they put their time and their effort into to make them the successful people that they went on to be. They then take care of their parents the same way that their parents took care of them when they were children. And in that state, that's the order of things. So in hip hop, there's a lot of you that have been birthed by these OGs, and you give these flowers and you give this credit and this respect to these OGs. So what are you going to do to help save these OGs from themselves? Because a lot of them be up in them clubs, a lot of them be up in those spots, and somebody got to have the the what's the word I'm looking for? The integrity to be like, hey, OG, man, you might not want to do this. You know what I'm saying? OG, this, you sure? You know, yo, look out for your OGs. Speak to them, check on them, man, because they trying to keep up with y'all. DMX was always out there, man, and his drug issue was public. Everybody knew for decades that DMX was struggling with drugs. So my question is, how many people took advantage of DMX because they knew that he had drug problems? How many people got a feature for some dope? You know what I'm saying? How many people used that man star power, and not only his star power, just who he was, because even without the the image of DMX, that man was strong. God had something on that brother, man, and everybody knew it and everybody identified with it. That's what made DMX so loved. So why did we let him fall to the wayside when you have so many artists that could have reached out to help him, not to do music, not to put more money in his pocket to go out and do more drugs and kill himself quicker, but to actually help him, to actually say, look, OG, I love you, man. I respect you. I don't want to see you die out here in these streets, man, because you mean too much to hip hop. You mean too much to us. It's nobody to say those types of things and look out for the OGs. Yeah, these are grown men. I understand that. And they're going to do what they do. And they put themselves in this position because of the lifestyle that they live. I get that. But still, where's your compassion? Where's your heart? Because there's going to come a day when you're going to be in a situation and you're going to be considered that OG young rapper. And all of these Zans and perks and all whatever else stuff y'all are indulging in is going to catch up to you soon. And when it does, who's going to be there to take care of you? Who's going to be there to say, hey, yo, OG, maybe you don't need to take that pill. Hey, OG, hey, man, you got kidney problems, don't you? Don't you think you need to lighten up on that? You know what I'm saying? Here, drink you this right here. You know what I'm saying? Who's doing that? Who has the mind and the heart to do that for these OG rappers? Who's going to I who was that? I think it was Master P who said that he thinks that rap needs a union. And I so agree with that. Rap definitely needs a union because someone needs to take care of these artists. These artists have taken care of so many people. They built up so many families through their music, through their donations, through their time and efforts. They've done so much that goes unheard and unspoken of. So we need a system in place, a union for these artists who are growing older and who are not getting shows anymore and who are not making royalties and who are getting done wrong by their labels. We need somebody to fight on their behalf because if Black Rob would have had a union, Black Rob wouldn't have. Well, I ain't gonna say he wouldn't have died, but he definitely wouldn't have been struggling. He wouldn't have been homeless and in the situation that he was while Puffy is continuing to make billions off of his image, likeness, and music. Okay. You have guys like DMX who wouldn't have been struggling like he was because the labels that he was dealing with knew that he had a drug problem and that they could probably buy him out if they caught him at a time when he was jonesing and just wanted some money. They get him to sign something so that they could get those royalties and take advantage of situations like this. You see what I'm saying? Nobody in that industry really cares about anybody's well-being. That's why a union in hip hop would be absolutely necessary. If you cared about the life of these artists, then it would be absolutely necessary. Now you look at any other genre of music and their OGs are taken care of. Rock and roll, OGs taken care of. Country music, OGs taken care of. Um, even down to R&B, OGs taken care of. The only people that are not taken care of, rappers, OG and young alike. In 2020, we had over 200 rappers to die. Whether it was whether it was from health issues or whether it was murder, we had over 200 rappers to die in 2020. During a pandemic, might I add, because 2020, the whole 2020, we was inside. Everybody was on restriction for stuff. So even with that taking place, we still had over 200 rappers to die in 2020. I'm beginning to see rap as a trap. Rap is luring people in. You better have great life insurance if you become a rapper because rappers are dying at a more rapid pace than soldiers at war. Hmm. So yeah, that's all I really have for this morning. Black men, period. We have to take better care of ourselves. More doctors appointments, more checkups, lifestyle change if we have to, changing our diet, eating better foods, eating green foods. Remember what Dr. Sabi told us, man. If it does not have a seed in it, then it is not good for us. Let's go and start eating right, man. Let's start putting the right things in our body so that we can get the maximum potential out of our bodies instead of feeding our bodies poison and then turning around and trying to get maximum potential out of our bodies. That's killing us at twice the rate. So let's think about what we're doing, black men. We need to be here for a long time, and we can't do anything for the neighborhood, and we can't do anything for the children if we're battling health issues on a daily basis. So go get a checkup annually. We have to do it every year and take care of yourself. That's all I got to say. This is your boy D Mac. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.